Alright, I guess I better give you kind of an update on what I'm doing. So, got this little Chevy, little CAmino that we've been working on. And problem with the window is it wouldn't roll down straight, it wouldn't roll back up. So here's kind of what I've been finding. So this is the upper portion of the door panel, and these things are just having a hard time. Let's see here. Yeah, see, this is all flared out. It was spread out to where I couldn't hardly do anything with it. So that's probably going to be a whole lot better. And then it got, these screws have to be installed. They just hold that in place. They don't do anything else. Because the main screw here is what actually, that's a pretty long screw. It goes into the door panel. Need to get another one of these clips here. Okay, I've just done a little bit of preliminary work here. So what I'm going to do is I've got a this tail light over, or the tail light, a tailpipe over here. You can see. Make sure that you can see and I can see you. See what you're seeing. Anyway. Here's this tailpipe. I'm going to have to take that off. It's just been skidded underneath here so much. So this whole unit, I'll tell you what I did, and I don't know if this would help you, but move back over here, get my drop light, move it. As you can see, what I've done is yeah, it's crappy welding. I just threw it on there just to see if it would work. I'll do a better job here in a bit. I'll trim all this off. But what I meant to do was get these pipes welded together. I think that's going to help the way this works. Because you can see it's just one unit. Now, they've tied wire around it, and you can see over in the corner there they've tied other wires around it, and you can see over here that they've put some sort of wire around there too. There's just all kinds of stuff in this car. But yeah, there's a speed sensor of some sort right there, probably aftermarket cruise or something. But it definitely needs a lot of work. I mean, it's got leaking valve cover gaskets and various other things. But what we're going to do here... Oh, bang the camera around on you. Let's see, I turn my light around here. So I'm going to put some exhaust turn downs on this. Instead of actually going in here, and I'm going to put these exhaust turn downs, but they're a little hard to get on right now. So one thing that Cherry Bomb does, they paint the heck out of these things. So we're going to get back with the old Milwaukee here, and going to clean up this paint here. Alright, so now these we got these these clamps here, or these tailpipe hangers. Okay, this freaking tripod's not doing too good. Of course, I hate leaving stickers on there too. So now the trick is up here. Oh, gotta get a drop light. So do I fold it around the edge like the other one? Like this, and that puts enough stress on it, or do I move the brake line and stuff out of the way and drill this hole bigger and put it right up through here? I'd much rather hang it straight down, honestly, rather than do anything else. Now let me look at this a little further and see what I can come up with as far as an idea. Alright, now, should I reuse that hole there, or should I just make a new one? I think it'd be better off if I push that up there. Give a little bit more gap right in here. Maybe that way. What do you think? Love it? Hate it? Probably hate it. I'm sure we'll get the haters. But let's see if I go up in there and I put it straight. I'm not going to be able to use this hole here. I'm going to have to actually make my own. And I got to keep in mind that I have to worry about whether or not the exhaust is going to hit the differential housing here too, because when I put air shocks on it and I jack the car up, I've got to be careful with that. So it's going to be a little tight. We'll figure it out. Alright, now I'm going to use grade 8. I always try to use grade 8 on most every job, just because I think it's a whole lot easier to sleep at night knowing that nothing's going to fall apart. That's not too bad. It's not going to be perfect, unfortunately. I'm not a muffler shop. And I think what they did on this one is they've actually gone in there and they spot welded it. Come on off of there. There we go. That's what I meant to do. Alright. I've got those splayed out this way, just so that it doesn't blow directly down on the ground when it's low. It'll kind of shoot to the side. I don't know what's the best of both worlds here. I have to replace all the tailpiping because I drug it on the ground. Let's see what it sounds like. Alright, so here you can see I've got these air shocks installed and just rerouted the lines over there. Got everything installed there. Now, here's the thing. These have different types of fittings on them. Now, this one here, you can see there's nothing inside there. And what this one takes is it has like a little pinch line on it that squeezes down on the... I was looking to see if I had one. Here it is. So this is what that is. It's a pinch line. And so if you've got a cap that you can see inside there that doesn't have anything, but it's just a flat surface, then what you've got to do is you've got to put this unit on here, and you'll get an O-ring, of course. And this pinch will actually close down on top of your line here. So when you put, 50 to 100 psi in these lines, it doesn't blow this piece out. Now, these are more of a Monroe style, and what they have is they have just an O-ring in there, and then this piece here is actually built into the inside of this. So all you do is put the line on there and then tighten it down. So here's your air shock. There's the air shock I put in. That's a Monroe. And this is more of a, I believe this is more of a Gabriel type system. So you can see inside this line here, this little nut. So you can see there's nothing in there. It's just like a little flat surface. There's your girl. What are you doing, baby? Are you being good? Are you a good girl? What you doing? Oh, you're so sweet. You want to be on camera? Anyway, what this does is this piece right here actually clamps over this, and then an O-ring seals it. So you've got to have something to hold that in place, or else when you put 50, 60, or 100 psi in this line, it doesn't blow it completely out of the shock. So there's a couple different styles there. There's another style that I've seen that actually has a brass ferrule that fits on the end of that shock. I haven't seen one of those in a long time, but these are just your standard air shocks for a regular car. So that's kind of how those work. So if you have any questions about that, you've got to look and see if you've got either the Gabriel or the Monroe. You can kind of see inside there. So there's that portion. And then you can see the exhaust that I've got in there. And I've got it pretty much, it's as high as I can get it right now, but with the air shocks at about 60 psi right now, it's got just enough drop on it that, if it'll clear this, it should clear this right here. So like I say, we're hoping they don't rip the exhaust off. And then I went ahead and put those cherry bombs on there because I think they're a little bit easier to get through, rough terrain, if they happen to go through rough terrain like they did on those mufflers, which are clear over there. Then you'll be able to, these cherry bombs won't bang into stuff. Now, the one thing that I should have probably done is turn those clamps upside down, but I'm just going to try it for a few weeks. She's got to take this thing and run it for a while and do some loading because they're moving. And as soon as they're done, I'll bring it back and look and see if they've had to touch anything. What are you doing, girl? Are you just gonna say hi? Oh, there's a good girl, huh? Yeah, you just want love. Is that your problem? Is that your problem? You just want love. Oh, you poor thing, huh? Nobody will pet me. Nobody pets me. Huh, yeah. Good baby, huh? Alright, I'll leave you a thumbs up. See you next time. Well, it's not bad. It's better than it was. That's one thing I can tell you. Alright. So we've got that complete. I'll do some more tack welding on this. That's off camera. You don't need to see all that. It's just plain old blah blah blah. But anyway, I'm going to ship this part of the video. I think we're going to call this a part 2. That makes sense anyway. So I'm going to give you a thumbs up if you can see that. Right in my eye. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one.